We're going to do example 2. We're still exploring properties of parallelograms, and we're going to take our knowledge and apply it. So I'm going to put out here in the margin everything we know about parallelograms so far. All right, we know that opposite sides are congruent in a parallelogram. We know that opposite angles are congruent. We know that consecutive angles are supplementary. And then the last thing we know is that diagonals bisect each other. Okay, so I think if we write it down a couple of times, boy, we're really going to get this memorized, okay? And it's going to come more easily, and you're not going to have to rely on looking back in the book or note card or even a file that you've created in Chromebook. So let's look at example 2. ABCD is a parallelogram. Find each measure. And so right now they want us to figure out what AD is. And AD is right here. We know that the length of AD is 7x. And we know that its opposite side is 5x plus 19. So we know that opposite sides are congruent because of theorem 1. So we're going to create a math problem, a little algebra problem. We're going to set those two sides equal to each other, and then we're going to solve for x. They're not asking for x, but we're going to solve for x. Okay, and I think we got x is 9.5. Now, we're not done. We're definitely not done because they ask us specifically not what x is, but what is AD? AD is 7 times x. So what we need to do is go one step further and do 7 times 9.5. That's the answer we're after. So go ahead and do a quick calculation there. And we've got 66.5 is our length of that particular side, which means the other one is 66.5 as well. Okay, so we used theorem 1 to help us with that. We had to know that that was a parallelogram, and then we knew then that opposite sides are congruent. All right, let's look at letter B. This time we got to find the measure of angle B, which is right here. We know angle B is 6y plus 5. The only other thing we know is a consecutive angle, 10y minus 1. Well, consecutive angles, that would be this third one here. We're going to use theorem 3. And when we add these angles up, consecutive angles are going to be supplementary. That means, hey, they're 180 degrees. So we've created an algebra problem. So let's add our like terms. We've got 16y, 5 minus 1 is 4. And then we're going to take away 4. And we've got 16y is equal to 176, and then divide each side by 16. And we've got a y is 11. Okay, well, they didn't ask for y. They wanted to know the measure of angle B. Well, the measure of angle B is 6 times 11 plus 5. That's 66 plus 5, which is 71 degrees. That's what they're after. So make sure that you're fulfilling the question and that you're not just solving for the variable and thinking you're done. Make sure you've actually answered the question. All right, I'm going to leave these two for you. A little extra credit. Try it on your own. Just practice. That's all I'm asking you to do is just practice. And if you have any questions, bring those to class.